everyone, I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Miles Bridges.
Yeah, clearly his offensive output has been on a bit of a decline. Now, that could point to a lot of things, but mostly I think he's just putting his focus elsewhere on the floor, looking for other ways to help out his team.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller at the 1 and the 2. MP is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Knipple in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bulls, Giddey is the 1, with White by his side at the 2. Okoro and Williams are the small and power forwards. And it's Vucevic in at the 5. And for the guys who changed teams in the offseason, Clark, how long do you think it takes them to learn a new system?
I think it's a couple things. I mean, one, a lot of teams in the NBA use similar terminology and run similar sets, so that helps. But you've got to be a fairly quick learner. And then, depending on how complex the system is, that usually can impact how quick you pick things up. And, you know, one of the best parts of Nikola Vucevic's game is his great body, excellent hands, and the high motor makes him an outstanding rebounder.
Such a wide open look.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Okoro on the wing. Back to White. 6 to shoot. Williams finds the bottom from 13 feet out.
A very high percentage look when the D is nowhere to be seen.
Bridges outside. Back to Ball. Screen by MP. Three-pointer, no good. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's White. The kick out to Williams. Chicago passing it around. Bulls up on the wing. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do, much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Now here's Giddey, coming off a 16-point game against Orlando. Well, Clark, what's something that sets Miles Bridges apart from his fellow NBA players?
How about we start with toughness? I mean, he's a physical presence out there. He loves a challenge, highly competitive. I like his physicality on the wing. I mean, he invites contact, and he's not shying away from anybody.
Now here's Okoro. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. White, good.
Off the catch, White has a very quick release.
Hornets trail by 4. Ball outside. Pass to MP. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
It's time to get down with your mascot. Let's groove.
And while we have a second, let's take a look at the top scoring rookies in the NBA right now. MP is second.
And it's always hard to predict how easily young players will adapt to the league. But on the offensive end, he's really hit the ground running.
Well, you know, hey, as a rookie, it's always hard to earn the respect of coaches, but he's earned every minute he's gotten this season. Just a terrific offensive threat. A 1 for 5 start so far, not what they envisioned coming into this game.
Pass to Vucevic. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Miller outside. They need this. And it's good on the lay-in.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Giddey against Ball. Giddey passes to White, to the middle. Here's Vucevic. Oh! Oh, MP with a block. To the paint. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
Here's White, taking command on offense when they need him, putting up 21 a game. Pass to Vucevic. 18 feet out. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Vucevic has got his second basket on the night. Hornets trail by 5. Ball left side. Martin the pass to Ball. Bridges outside. Now Miller. Jacks up a 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Pass to Okoro. White with a screen on Bridges. The 3 from Okoro. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
Ball passes to MP. Here's Bridges. Lets it go from deep. That shot off the mark.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
The Hornets are led by head coach Charles Lee, who was a 2-time champion as an assistant coach.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. He won a title as an assistant coach with the Bucks in 2021, then another as the top assistant for the Celtics in 2024, and that's exactly why Lee was brought to Charlotte, to establish and build a winning culture.
Come on, man, so aggressive. MP, that trait will take you a long way in this game.
Giddey scanning the floor. Down low. And it's blocked by Martin.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Chicago leading by 8. Outside White. Pass to Giddey. Now here's Okoro. Here's the 3. Knipple with the rebound. Vucevic against MP. Here's Ball. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
Boy, you got to love how quick Ball's shot is. Doesn't take a lot of time to get himself squared up.
Giddey passes to Williams. And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Okoro. And here's Vucevic. Great D that time from Miller.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
On the court for the Hornets. They've got Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Knipple. Then it's MP, and it's Sexton in at the 1. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Hallie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks played some superb basketball. He finished with 19 points, and his presence on D cannot be overlooked. He is such a great shot blocker. It was a performance that will stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
That's good stuff, Allie. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
And he converts the layup. And it's an 8-point Hornet lead.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
Giddey passes to Vucevic. Jones feels it out from deep. Giddey gets rebounded by Charlotte. MP's got his 5th rebound in this one. And there's Bridges. That's good. On the assist by Sexton.
Bridges, in some ways, to me, is a throwback player. He's a 6'6" forward and does a little bit of banging down low. Actually, a lot of banging down low.
Now here's Giddey. Give him 8 points now.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And here's Charlotte now, after the basket by Chicago. Into the lane, and he jams it home with authority.
They're pushing the pace. Giddey using some speed to get his shot.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan. Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
It's time to get loud for your incredible.
He's checked in for Jones. And a change for the Hornets. Ball, he's checked in for Sexton. Bulls trail by 8. Inside, here's Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
Too easy for Vucevic. I mean, at his size and with his skill set, I mean, he's a threat down there.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They've led by as much as 10. That three's off the mark. Chicago's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Outside Giddey. White for 3, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
It makes his presence felt from distance, Coby White.
Hornets leading by 3. Ball passes to MP. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Pass to Bridges. Here's Ball. Now Miller. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Now here's Giddey. He's got 12. Vucevic, a screen on Ball. The teardrop. And he lays it up and in. Giddey's got 9 points in the quarter.
You know, he started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
Vucevic with a steal. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Okoro. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. MP scanning the floor with 1 on the clock. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Charlotte on top, up by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break.
One thing that's helped tonight, their three-point shooting. Those triples add up fast, don't they, Kenny?
That's why I shoot them. If they have 4s, I take them too. Individual traits. But he's all about the team. He could force things, but instead he chooses to pick his spots, and he gets the points in the flow of the offense.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras could start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
Okoro and Williams are the small and power forwards. Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. And it's Vucevic in at center, filling out the middle. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half.
Working from medium range, he was trying to take what the defense gave him there.
Here's Giddey. The rebound by Bridges.
You won't see that from him very often, missing the bunny like that.
Ball with it. Guarded now by Okoro. Back to MP. The shot comes out. Giddey with a defensive effort. Bulls trail by 3. White finds Giddey. Now here's Vucevic. Outside Giddey. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Brian, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you.
Ice cold coming out of the half. That's 0 for 3.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Vucevic for the tie. Knipple with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
MP, the pass to Miller. Over Okoro. Miller can't get it to go. The Bulls trail by 3. Looking at the young forward, Brandon Miller. Just how high is this kid's ceiling club?
BA, I think he's got all-star potential. I mean, he's a multifaceted scorer, a really solid rebounder at the wing position, and a good passer. Just a good all-around player who I think is only going to get better and better as time goes on.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
It's the Silver Bulls in the 3-1-2. Your 3-1-2 crew.
And the Eastern Conference has been great to watch so far. Here's how things are shaking up midway through the season. You take a look at the Hornets, middle part of the year. They're in 10th place. They need to put together some wins. And, of course, the Bulls, back 3 games. Now here's Vucevic. He's got 6. Giddey passes to Vucevic. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Giddey. Just 5 on the clock. Picked by Vucevic. Giddey's got space. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Letting him have that from mid-range. Defense dodged the bullet there.
And they double up MP. MP going to work down low.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And again, Chicago, no good.
Dismissed the defender right there, but couldn't take advantage.
Bridges finds MP. Work in the interior, MP.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Giddey against ball. Giddey into the lane. 3-pointer, Vucevic. Knipple with the rebound.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy. Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one.
Pass to Okoro. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. And it's blocked by Martin. Here's ball. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Martin's got 3 assists tonight. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Keep it going.
Chicago making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And the Hornets making a change here as well. Sexton's checked in. To snap the cold streak. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. MP's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Knipple with a bucket.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Okoro outside. Pass to White. Let's go with a 3. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
2 minutes.
Ball passes to Bridges. And here's Knipple from the arc. And the Hornets, another 3.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
We've got 1:48 left in the third. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Jones. And the layup is good off the glass.
That is good offense, unselfish play.
With the assist.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the third quarter. Ball against White. Puts the move on. Again, Charlotte.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Now here's Okoro. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game.
What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team. Give us your all-time starting 5.
And you know, I think I'll roll with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008.
Pass to Miller. And here's MP. Oh, got a piece of it. On the court for the Hornets. Miller is out there with Colin Sexton. Then it's Knipple. Then it's MP. And it's Diabate in at the power forward position. Back to Herder. From the arc. Miller pulls it in. Miller's got 4 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Williams is checked in for Herder. Okoro comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Kobe White in for Jones. Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
And Ball definitely has the passing DNA. Some of his dime drops are really sweet.
Giddey finds Vucevic. Outside Giddey. The rebound by Bridges. Charlotte has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Martin. And MP throws it down.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
count it.
Yeah, the mid-range is a rare area for White, but he seemed confident that he could hit the shot.
Pass to MP. Here's Miller. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. 16 points for Brandon Miller.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to White. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. White's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, 2 physical points from White. I mean, just willing that one in.
A moment here for an injury report.
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from Charlotte's head athletic trainer. It's a bruised shoulder, and while uncomfortable, they'll be glad it's not a more serious injury. And from the sound of it, nothing to play with, but guys, nevertheless, seems like he's planning to give it a go. Back to you.
Thanks for the update there, Allie.
You know, for better or worse, life brings these kinds of challenges, and they aren't pleasant. We know he's up to it, though. He'll respond and move forward in a positive way.
Back to Bridges. Pass to Martin.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Charlotte needs to get off a shot. Bridges misses. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. There's 1:47 left to play in the fourth. Here's Okoro. Good chance here for Vucevic. Money from the wing.
And that's how you move the ball, putting the defense in a really tough spot.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ball. Plenty of room around him, and it's good.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Hornets.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And a good performance to bring them their 18th win of the year.
And with just 1 game left to play between them, they've captured the first 2 meetings of the year.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for MP.
Boy, he was swatting shots all game long, really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
Sexton passes to Ball. Screen by MP, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Here's Vucevic. He can't get it to go. And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.